Terminator 2D No Fate is an upcoming pixel art game based on Terminator 2. I'm really excited about that because it's not 1997, it's 2025. The game comes out later this year. It was made by Bitmap Bureau. I don't know anything about it just yet other than that it is a pixel art game, so we're going to watch the trailer together right now, and then I'm going to go through and break down the pixel art and what it looks like and stuff, so I'm excited for that. I'm going to hop over into my new studio corner of the room. It's not really decorated yet, so don't judge me. Reserve that for Judgment Day. If you know, that's a thing in Terminator lore. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Robinson of Robinson Pixels. I'm actually really excited to watch this thing. I love Terminator 2. I watched it when I was 7 years old. It became one of my favorite movies of all time and still is. So I'm curious to see how they're even gonna make a game out of this, because as far as I can remember, like really there's only one bad guy, so how do you even make a whole game out of that? Unless the game takes place in the future and shit, so I don't know. Let's find out.
Peggy 16.
I got the music going already. Okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're doing future stuff. All right. Okay, and we're All right, so we're also gonna play as Sarah, escaping from places. Look at that! I wonder how much of this is like gameplay. Like, do I get to drive that motorcycle? Ooh, we're just hopping ahead to the end of it. Oh, with the movie. Okay. That was a cool move. Oh. Okay. Got an old continue screen like the old days. Well, how freaking fun is that? Okay, so it comes out this coming September, looks like. I'm gonna kind of scroll back through it as I talk. It looks to me like they took like a real photo of her and they did like an indexed mode to really reduce the colors. I am sure they went through and like cleaned it up manually for some of this to make it look top notch, but I do believe we do have like an actual photo there. Skipping ahead, of course, that Terminator. God, that is a beautiful Terminator. Again, I'm sure that they probably worked from some real reference and just kind of scaled it down for this shot, which is not uncommon for really large pixel art like drawings and cutscene style stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's a shot from the movie. Okay, it just looks so freaking cool. But as far as the gameplay, the animation here is extremely smooth. They're using a technique called subpixeling. Subpixeling is where you're essentially recoloring the pixels themselves to make something look a little more flowy. It's not something that I have personally done just yet in my pixel art journey, but like I can recognize it and they are just solid. When I was searching for the trailer, I actually saw like a little behind the scenes featurette too. I think I'm gonna pull that up, and that way we can see if we can learn anything else about how they worked on the graphics for this game. Yeah, I did just see them working in Photoshop to do some of their pixeling. It looked like Photoshop, which of course is a perfectly valid way to make your art, but they weren't using like a Sprite or something that's specifically designed for pixels. Hang on, let's see if we can tell what that was. What is this? Interesting. So you can see the tile work that they've got going on here. Jeez, dude. Let me know in the comments if you can tell what this program is. You know, I'm still pretty new to everything that I do, And this is beyond me, but I guarantee you somebody in the comments, I don't know what this is.
I'm Henk Dieborg,
Ooh.
art director and pixel artist from Bitmap Bureau. Animating a thing by hand was quite a challenge also, but very satisfying.
So he did confirm that he animated this by hand, which is just incredible. But the game, I mean, it looks fantastic.
It one way or another.
Those little
That's
moments
cool.
early on just really
Just
Look at that. Hang on. If I had to guess what's going on here, they animated the characters by shapes first, with the different elements all as like very different flat colors before they went through and shaded anything. Ah, it's so freaking cool.
implement it one way or another.
Those little moments early on just really crystallised to us the level of quality that we could still do in the traditional retro style, but how we could really push it to the nth extreme.
Geez, that's cool. One thing I want to do is get my computer and actually zoom in on some of the screenshots so we can try and figure out what size these characters are, because they look pretty big, but also they don't have like a lot of detail on their heads because they're doing like a realistic proportion. So I am very curious, so I'm gonna do that. In case you didn't believe that I'm a Terminator fan, I don't know why you would lie about that, but look, this is my Terminator mouse pad that I always use. And right off the cuff, I can tell you these sprites are like pretty big. Of course, this is going to be real blurry because this is from a screenshot. This is not like the actual resolution of these pictures, so you know, ignore the blur. I do think it's interesting that they decided to go the route of not actually including any details on the characters' faces. That's something that I don't normally do, just because I like faces. I don't know, but they were going for like much more realistic body design, like more realistic proportions. And when you do that, either your characters are going to be massive and take up your whole screen, or you're going to have to cut some corners. And here they did go through and actually like not include much detail on the character faces at all. Now, as far as our sizing goes, let's throw in a Mega Man character. We can see what size they're actually working with. So we got Mega Man X here from the old 16-bit days. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and figure out how large 1 pixel is on this screen, and then we should be able to kind of determine how large these characters are for reference. So let's find what we think is a pixel. Probably, I'd say this little square right here. That looks like probably 1 pixel, because that looks, yeah, roughly the same size as this little backpack here. You see that? Grab Mega Man X, and we're gonna say, all right, if that is 1 pixel, then we want 1 pixel on him. So like maybe this one on the corner of his head to be that same size. So we're gonna scale him. It's gonna take a second. That looks like it, roughly. Okay. What if this was the game? Sorry. 34. Okay, so X is normally 34 pixels tall. So if X is 34 pixels, then let's drag him over here. And we're gonna drag that up there-ish. Let's do another there. Yeah, like my scientific method here. All right, so ballpark, we got, I'd say 2.5 Mega Man X's. 85. Woo! It's a big boy. The thing with working with pixels that large is that you can get a lot of little fine detail. Like his jacket has these cool little folds and stuff. You can afford the extra shininess and all that good stuff. The hard part with that size is the fact that it is so detailed. It's gonna take a lot longer to work with that style. I do wonder too how many colors they use in these characters, or if they were concerned about color count. Sometimes with pixel art retro style stuff, people will keep themselves to the original like requirements for characters. Like 16-bit characters could have 16 colors. Of course, it's all blurry, so we can't really count. But like it looks to me like we've got 3 colors for the pants, maybe 4. We got at least 2 for the shoes, so that's 5, 6. Looks like 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 or 15. and then the black here. So if they go over the old limits, it's not by much. So that's pretty cool, and it does help keep some authenticity to the sprite style. So that's pretty neat. I think that's all I have to say about it. So I don't know, I'm really excited. I think this is a good looking game. I bet it'll be a whole lot of fun. It was cool to be able to go in and look at it and kind of get a look at these characters and react. This is the first reaction video that I've done on the channel, so y'all let me know what you think about this whole idea. It is a little bit easier for me if I can do some like lower lift videos like this one, where I'm not always just creating new art, because sometimes I just don't have time to do that as much as I love it. So, you know, follow along for more pixel practice. Terminator 2 No Fate is an upcoming Terminator 2 No Fate is an